What's going on, guys? We are back from our honeymoon from Cabo. Today I'm going over what sold for you, over the sales that we had while we were out of town. Sales were not as good as we had hoped for, but it's not a big deal because we still got sales while we were on vacation. We can't complain whenever that happens. So we had just over $3,000 of sales over the past 8 days. I'm going to go through, I believe, 24 of the better selling stuff, as well as a quick overview of the numbers of the profits and the cost of goods and all that. So in the future coming videos this week, I'm working on some of the how-tos, first one being the photo booths, so be on the lookout for that video. And if you like this video, give it a good like and give it a subscribe if you like videos like this, as we are doing these once a week. So let's get into the numbers, and then I'll show you what we sold while we were out of town. All right, so here are the numbers of the sales while we were out of town for the past 8 days while on vacation. The store was on vacation mode. Started off, we had 84 items sold for a total of $3,283. And then we paid sales tax of $156, which eBay automatically collected. We had shipping fees of $468, final value fee of $398, and promoted listings, which we do on all of our listings at 10%. We've just always done it, and we'll always keep doing it until probably the next 6 to 12 months. We might experiment decreasing it, but right, that was $284 for the sales that we had. And then cost of goods at $609, which is an average for our store. This is not the exact number of cost of goods for these sales for the past 8 days. It's just an estimated number off of our buy cost being an average of $7.25. So $7.25 times 84, $609. That's just how we do our accounting. And so make it easy for you guys to understand, because I cannot give you the exact number. Profit was $1,366, $1,366. Not bad for being on vacation, but also not as much as we typically do, normally on an 8-day period. This is less than half of what we typically do. This is, just not what we're used to. But again, cannot complain. And there were some really good sales this week. So let's get into those sales and show you guys sort of the cool things and high dollar things that sold. All right, to start us off, we have this vintage North Face down jacket. This thing was thick. It was really thick. Super big, super thick, but really cool item. I saw a few of these sold comps. I priced it on the higher side since we're in the peak of winter, and had planned to decrease the price aggressively over the next month or two. So listed it high, ended up taking a best offer of $180, and that was plus ship. Everything we sell is plus shipping, so I will tell you what the item sold for, and then just imagine shipping being plus that. So really cool North Face down jacket, again, made in USA. Nothing super crazy about it. Had quite a few flaws, quite a lot of little stains and stuff, but overall really cool jacket, and sold really quickly for us. Sold within, I think, like 2 weeks, and I know I paid $30 for this item, so because I just recently bought it. This item sat for a while. This is a Remy leather jacket. These typically do pretty good for me, and typically, not always, but typically they're pretty cheap in the thrift stores, like $10 or less. This model is one of the more expensive ones, with like this brown leather inside the neck. So I've sold probably 5 to 10 of these in the past 2 years. And this one sold for a best offer of $121, but he asked for it to be free shipping, so I did give him that. So $121 was like the all-in price, free ship, and yeah, still over $100, jacket all in. I had a couple little stains and stuff, but really cool item. Again, sat for a while, but I still pick these up even though they sit for a while. The sell-through rate is not great on them, but they sell for high dollar, typically around 50 to $100. Next item is this really awesome Ralph Lauren like military camo button-up shirt. I guess this pattern was more valuable. I found an exact comp for right around $100, 100 to 110, and they have other ones with different patterns, but this one just seemed to go for a little bit more money. The other ones were going for like 50 to 80. So I listed on the high side. Was not expecting it to actually sell for, $100, but ended up selling. I got a best offer of $98.50 plus ship, and this one sold within like a month. It was like 3-4 weeks. So really good sale. Really cool item. Again, I've said in the past, Ralph Lauren stuff that's crazy looking, always look it up because it can do really well. Next item is a pair of Fry boots. I just listed these 2 or 3 weeks ago. Pretty scuffed up leather wise, like a lot of little creasing things and stuff, but not a big deal. They still look really cool. Toe boxes have some, scuffs and stuff like that. I believe I paid, the thrift store missed these. They typically hit them and know these. The one that I'm talking about, the thrift giant around here, but They missed this one, and I believe I paid, I want to say it was $6.99. I know it wasn't over 10, but I think it was $6.99 for these. And so listed these a couple weeks ago, and they sold for the full asking price at $89.99. Fry is a great brand, by the way, Fry's a great brand, and you can look up these model numbers, but I never really have a whole lot of luck finding the exact one, so I just knew that that style of boot would do pretty well. And for that price, it's always a pickup for Fry whenever it comes to men's shoes. Next one's an Arc'teryx item. Sold this Arc'teryx stuff in the past. Everything's good, like I've said in the past. This is just a fleece vest. This sold for a best offer of $89. Quick sale, only was listed for about a week or two. And yeah, Arc'teryx is great. Everyone knows it, I believe, by now. And the logo is, well, I can't find the logo, but everyone knows it's pretty good. Just always be on the lookout for it. And if you see it, always buy it. It's really good. Keen is the next one. Keen has fallen off quite a bit. I learned this brand years ago, three years ago from Rally Roots. And I don't know. I just don't buy it much anymore, but this was a unique one with it being like a Chelsea boot. Chelsea boots typically do better in most brands. Like almost every brand of Chelsea boot style is going to do better than any other style of shoe. So pick these up. I paid up for these a little bit. I paid $20 for these, but they sold for the asking price of $65.44. They sat for a little while. I think they sat for about 3 months, but still not a bad sale. And Keen's, again, Keen typically has model numbers in here. Not this, but another model number, and you can just look up the exact item. Pretty easy to look them up. But for the most part, Keen has fallen off. But there are some things that are still pretty good to pick up, like their Chelsea boots and other boots. Viore, I think every video I've made now of the what solds, we have Viore in here. It's becoming more popular to find in the thrift stores. It's not as popular, like it's not really common, but we still find it, almost every week. But yeah, Viore is a great brand. Sells better than Lululemon in my opinion. It definitely does. And yeah, we sell it again almost every week, and it's just a super high dollar item, and thrift stores don't know the price. So be on the lookout for that logo, Viore. Rhoback. Rhoback's a great brand. It is the best selling golf brand right now. I don't know what to say about this. I mean, it just sells super quick. This sold in a week or two. I think literally a week. All Rhoback stuff should sell in a week if you have it priced right. And if you don't have it priced right, it's never going to sell. So this sold for, my wife listed this, and she accidentally thought that the comp that she looked at was used and it was new. So she listed it too high. It was actually selling on the high side for 60, this exact pattern and color. Someone sent me an offer for 60, and I double checked that, and yeah, that was true. So accepted the offer, sold on the high side. They're going for about 50 to 60. And so ended up taking a $60 offer for it and got it out. If I had this price would have been adjusted within the week if I hadn't accepted that offer, if it was lower. So Rhoback's a great brand. And if you don't know, that's the logo. And they also have a patch on the front there. Little lab dog or Rhoback dog. Silver tab jeans, Levi's. Silver tab jeans are super good. If you don't do denim or you don't do it much, just look out for the Levi's silver tab stuff. They have a little silver tab there, and then the tag says silver tab. We usually always sell these for over $50, and they sell really quickly, usually within a month. This one sold in 2 months. I think we probably priced this too high, probably like in the $65 to $70 range, and they just had to decrease in price to get sold, as well as it's really distressed, which doesn't help all the time in resale value. But yeah, silver tab Levi jeans. This tag doesn't always look like this, but it's very similar to this. It's really easy to spot out the silver tab little thing whenever it's on there. But next one's a denim Ralph Lauren. Denim Ralph Lauren does really good for us. They're button-up shirts. We always can get, $35 to $50 for these shirts. The denim ones always have like this red pony here, I believe. If it doesn't have that, it's typically like the chambray material, but this is pure denim. And so picked this one up, size XL, just quick flip, sold in a week for the full ask price, I believe. Yeah, $48.86 full ask price. And we just always buy this stuff. Denim Ralph Lauren stuff sells really well, and so it's super quick. Even better if you have a large size. Peter Millar pants, these sold for full ask price $50.22. You might be wondering, how the heck did you get $50.22 for Peter Millar pants? That's because this is the model that's their best model to resell. It's called the EB66 model. There's two different looks to it. One of them is this tag here, and then another one is stitched in EB66, and you can know My wife didn't take a picture of the tag, but underneath this tag, that little tag there should be a style code on it, and within that style code, you'll see the letters EB and 66, and then you can verify like, okay, yeah, I do have an EB66 model, and those do sell really well. So we've probably sold 20 to 30 of these EB66 models in the past, and they always sell for over $45. So right now they're selling really hot and they're really good. So be on the lookout for those models. The other Peter Millar pant models, you can at least get like 25 to 30, if not more. On the low side, 25 if they're not messed up. But the EB6s do the best out of all of them. Etro, this is a really good brand, not really popular, but you'll still be able to find it here and there. One or two times a year, you'll find this thing in the thrift store, and they sell really well. Etro button-up shirt, sold for a best offer of $45 plus ship. Just really cool. Like, this is like an all stitched pattern. It's all textured and feeling and all that. So this one sat for 2 months, so not a bad sale. And yeah, just listed it high and waited for the right buyer to come along. But most of their shirts do sell for over $30, no matter what pattern or whatever it is. And then some go up to, I think 70, 80 bucks, just depends. Another Viore item, had some stains on the front, nothing too crazy. So quickly going to go over that. This sold for $47.80. The comps on this were higher than this, but because it had the flaws, decreased the price, listed a little lower, took a best offer, just got it out. That item sold in 2 months. Next item is Diesel. I haven't found Diesel in a while, honestly. This was the one that we found recently, but I haven't found it previously before that in a while. I used to find it, once every other week. But yeah, Diesel's a great brand. Just make sure you look up this little style name here. This one's the Viker. Check the sell-through. Make sure they're selling well. Typically, I'd say 90% of the time, sell-through rate on Diesel is probably 100%, if I had to guess correctly. If I remember correctly, I haven't looked it up in a while, like I said, but it should be still over 100%. And they do sell for really good money. This one sold for $40 plus shipping. All right, next item is a FootJoy Tour XP. If you can find FootJoy jackets with Tour XP or Hydro Knit or Hydro Light patches on their arms and stuff, all of those do better than just standard FootJoy stuff. Hydro Light, Hydro Knit, and this item, the 2XP, usually go for, $35 minimum, I'd say, and then they can go up to like $75. This one went on the low side because of some of the flaws that it had, some discoloration, some stains. So on the lower side, but still sold for, let me check real quick, sold for $36.65. So not a bad sale, and it sold in a month, right over a month. So FootJoy as a whole is a bad brand, I would say. Like, the sell-through rate wise is a bad brand, but there are some little details about their items in certain categories that have 100% sell-through rate. This being one of them. The Tour XP definitely has 100% sell-through rate, and the Hydro Knits do too, and their ask price is super high. But for the most part, like just standard FootJoy polos and stuff typically don't do well. Next item is a Lululemon commission button-up shirt. We found a few of these, or my wife did, at the Goodwill about a month ago, but it took us 2 weeks to list them. We usually have like an overflow of a week or two of inventory on backload to list. So it was listed for 2 weeks. I think she found 4 or 5 of these, and yeah, this one sold for $34.87, so 10% off. Quick seller, Lululemon. Hard to tell this is Lulu. The only reason why she knew was because of the texture. She's dealt with Lulu so much that, buying it, that she knew that it was probably going to be Lulu, and then she's found that little tab down there to verify it. Next item, Suit Supply. Suit Supply is a good brand. This is a new tag Suit Supply. I think I paid $12 for this or something at Thrift Giant. This is kind of an older item, not super old, but a month and a half old. And yeah, so I think I paid $12, and it sold for $37 plus ship. I usually always buy like their button ups and stuff like that, and their blazers sell incredible. I mean, like, their blazers are $100 plus item if you can find Suit Supply blazers. And so yeah, always look up Suit Supply. I don't think I found anything yet that wasn't worth picking up, unless it was a price issue. But sell-through rate wise, almost everything's 100%, if not all of it. Travis Matthew pants, some golf pants. We sell a lot of Travis Matthew stuff. I know it's on the lower side, but it's one of our bread and butters. We find a lot of it, and we can sell a lot of it. And even though sometimes it's like the polos are only $10 profit, they're just quick and easy listers. But these sold for $33.25. I think that's a 10% discount on the offer. And yeah, it's just golf season. It's cold. Or it's not golf season. It's just cold right now for golfing. And so pants are doing pretty well. A couple little flaws on here, but still sold well. And I think this is one of their better models, one of the newer styles they have. So that right on time model, I think this is a newer, more high dollar model. Typically these sell for like $25 for us plus shipping, but that one sold a little bit more. A Gogi. I don't know anything about this brand. My wife found it, but I did look up the comps on it before I made this video to say the correct thing. This has a 50% sell-through rate, and we bought it because the lowest one listed is like $40, and then the ones sold are all selling around 30 to 35. So there was 100 sold or 100 listed and 50 sold. So we knew we could just buy this, list it, and just undercut the market completely and be the cheapest one. So we could list it for 35, and we'd be beating the $40 ask prices, and it would sell. And so that's what we did, and it sold in a month and a half. And I believe we got this at Goodwill for $4 or $8 or whatever they charge if it was a half off day or not. We sold it for the full ask price of $35.97. And yeah, so if the sell-through rate's 50%, but everyone's asking a crazy amount and they're selling pretty decently in that example, like we don't mind buying a 50% sell-through rate item and then just undercutting the market if we still have margin in there to play with whenever it comes to profits, because it still sells obviously within the 100% sell-through rate. It took a month and a half to sell that item because we did it that way. This was an interesting item because the size tag said 3330, but the waist measurement was a 38. So this was kind of hard to sell. It would have been much easier to sell if it was accurate. I don't know why it's that way, like what happened with these pants for it to do that, whether it was a manufacturing defect or what. But these took a little over a month to sell, and we took a best offer of $30. And so yeah, if it was like the perfect size and stuff, like, and if you're curious in the listing, I just put the actual measurements, not the size tag, and then as well as the waist size I put as 38 because it's just too far off of a difference not to do that. Next item is Panhandle Slim. I usually don't buy Panhandle Slim. The reason why I did on this one is because I looked up this Westmore thing, this Westmore tag thing down here with Panhandle on the title, and that was 100% sell-through rate, I believe, if I remember correctly. And if it wasn't, it was like over 50, but they're selling really well, price-wise. So I know I bought this at Goodwill for $7.99, and it sold for $30 plus shipping. So, and I listed this relatively, less than a month ago. So super good, quick sale. And I bought 2 of these. The other one I think also sold, but that was a couple weeks ago. So flipped 2 of them and profited, $15-20 after fees and stuff. All right, next one's Ralph Lauren Caldwell Hawaiian shirt, little camp shirt. Not much to say here besides, again, Ralph Lauren. I say it every single video. I feel like if it's an interesting Ralph Lauren piece, look it up, and typically it's worth money. So this one is made out of rayon. That makes it interesting because that's not normal for Ralph Lauren stuff typically, obviously. And then as well as it just being graphic like this with the boats and it being a Hawaiian shirt, typically all Ralph Lauren Hawaiian shirts do well, especially if they're silk or rayon. So if you find stuff like that, just look it up and you can typically find your exact model and style you have and stuff like that from just scrolling through a few comps. Next item I've said in the past, Judy Blue, super hot right now. Definitely over 100% sell-through rate. My wife just scans the women's jeans as I'm checking out typically, and she'll just pull these off the rack and we'll just list them and ship them, and they usually take a week or 2 to sell. I think some of their models have like over 500% sell-through rate. So it's just a crazy hot brand right now because of social media, and it's doing super well. So if you see Judy Blue, it's not a huge flipper, like it's not a crazy profit flipper, but if you can buy them for 8 and you can double and triple your money in a week, then this is a great brand for doing that, right? So buy a lot of those and sell a lot of those. Usually about once a week we find 1 or 2. Ariat, we just buy everything Ariat. Everyone knows Ariat. Sell-through rate on every single category for Ariat is 100%. And if it's just got to be the right price. Thrift stores now know Ariat, and they have always known it, and they just price it really high. But we usually just pick these up on like sale days. So we'll go out on sale days and just buy all the Ariat stuff that's, worth picking up on the half off prices. And this happened to be one of them. I believe we paid about $6 for this item, and it sold for the ask price. Oh, sorry, no. It sold for best offer of $26.99. So it's $26.99 and 10% off of the ask price. And yeah, quick little sale. It sold in 3 weeks. So not bad. So that's what we had. Why, like the better 24 items while we were out of town for 8 days. Again, there's another 65 items that sold or 70 items that sold, but these are some of the better things. And so hopefully you guys saw some stuff in here that you might have not have seen in the past. Maybe like eTro or something like that you haven't seen before. But yeah, so hopefully you guys gain some knowledge from this one. Again, the photo booth video should be coming out this week at some point. And I think we decided that we're going to do 3 videos a week and preferably launching them on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday around the 2 to 4 o'clock area. So we're going to have, every week do a what sold video, every week do, for the time being, hopefully, every week do like a how-to video going over, or like a business model video or sell through rate video or whatever informational video we can put out about our store until we run out of videos to do for that stuff. And then the last one, I don't remember what it was going to be, whether it was a thrift haul video or us actually going out and just thrifting and videoing that. So, but definitely what sold videos every single week. And they're going to be on Mondays, and they should be coming out at 4 o'clock on Mondays. So if you like the what sold videos, subscribe to the channel. 4 o'clock p.m. Central Time. They will be coming out every single Monday, and they will be going over the entire week's sales for the previous week. And it's going to show the high dollar stuff. And I might even do a separate video that's some of the bread and butter stuff, so you guys can see some of that stuff. So I had a request for that in the comments. So thank you guys for watching. And again, please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.